All right. Hi. What are you doing? I don't think your mic's on. No, that's all right. But I think you guys can private chat. I've never used StreamYard on this side, so I'm learning just as much as everybody else is. Usually when I'm on it, I'm seeing them on it and not me behind the scenes or whatever. So, but I'm going to get started because it's live, I guess. Let me pull this up real quick and see if I can share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Like my computer screen? Oh, wait. That's creepy. Okay, hold on. I wonder if I should have downloaded these slides and put them in separately. Oh, so you guys can see like all of my screen. Okay. Oh, of course. Close. Okay, let me stop this. I don't know why Canva's not working. Hold on one second. Good thing this is like just you guys. So I can get my shit together. Although it's like connected directly to my YouTube. So I'm live on YouTube right now doing all this bullshit. I don't know why Canva's not opening. Give me 1 second. See if it opens quicker on my phone. It is. I'm going to download this on my phone and upload it in here. See if that works. I made a whole presentation, you guys. Download. Okay, that is downloading. And then I'm going to upload it. So, to be clear, you can only see me in my room, right? So you can't see, I can see you, Jesse, and I can see you, JD, but you guys can't see each other. That's like Zoom. However, I can invite people. So like, I can invite people to be on stage with me. Like, watch. See, there you are. And now we can hear each other.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, I can add up to 5 people. So we could actually just sit here and chat and be on screen together. I think it's up to 5 people on screen. And then any more than that, I have to pay for it. So, and that's why I was kind of leaving it up to like, if I do guest speakers or something like that, kind of like a podcast, like I would bring whoever was kind of doing it with me in it. Yeah. So like people, since it's just us, we'll just all be on screen together because now I can hear you and you don't have to type it in this chat.
Cool.
But I'm just playing with all of the things. And let me go to the StreamYard on here so I can upload it. Because I spent all day making a presentation for this.
I bet it's the best presentation.
It really is. I did really such a good job. I was like, all of it was just kind of coming to me, and I was just like, this is happening, like a whole 17-page presentation.
Nice. Guys, I'm in my closet. Can you tell?
I can tell.
I was like, I need to be somewhere where the kids are not. I'm going to go in the closet.
That's funny. Well, you know what's funny though is because this is live to YouTube right now, other people could be watching us right now and we have no idea.
Amazing.
But you know what? I bet that's how we're going to hook them. They're going to be like, look at these chicks. They're so fucking cool.
I start.
Okay. Enter studio on my phone. And then I'll upload this and then put it on here as the screen share. Let's see. So there's going to be a double me. This is weird. My doppelganger's coming. All right. Tie. Oh my God, there I am.
Cool.
That's creepy. It is kind of creepy.
Let's just, okay. We'll do that. All right. More. How do I upload it?
A good test run, though.
This really is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would have been freaking out if other people were watching.
But they might be.
I know it's true. Oh, here we go again. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. I hate working on Canva on my computer.
Same.
It's just not as easy.
It's more efficient on the phone.
Mm-hmm. But I think I have to go in and do it from here, from where I'm recording from. So I'm going to pull it up on its own. I think it's just going slow because I'm running a live right now. And so it's probably taking a lot of juice of the bandwidth or whatever on the internet.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. Download. Do you hear my kids?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I told Andrew, I'm like, when they yell, it's really loud in our bedroom. Can you like control that? He's like, no. I mean, obviously he's gonna try, but
They're fun.
dude, our spider,
Yeah.
he totally molted.
Did he?
Yeah, like the other night he pushed his whole shell out and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I was watching it. And so it's like this dead skin hanging outside of his little cocoon. And then today he finally came out like all the way and he's freaking huge. I'm like, what?
That's cool. How often do they molt?
So they call it an I1, I2. It's like a phrase that they use for it, but up to 9 times in their lifespan.
That's cool.
And I don't know how many he's on, obviously, but he's big. Like his front little things and his little bushy, whatever they are like, there's fluffier, and he's blacker. He's like more black now.
Cool.
Ugh, I hate the internet. It's coming, I swear.
Good, dude. Listen, it's kind of peaceful in the closet. Oh, I haven't. Guys,
My cat loves me now. Brave loves me now, guys.
Who does?
Brave.
Oh, that's
Like,
good.
I don't know what happened. He can just sense my impending labor. But every time I'm in the bathroom, he comes in and he's like meowing and rubbing up on me and actually like letting me pet him without freaking out.
That's awesome.
He just like comes up on my bed and just like purrs, and he like purrs. It's like a fucking engine in his throat. It's so loud. Like, he loves me now.
That's cute.
It is cute. I was like, finally. I'm like, black cats are supposed to like witches. Like, come on.
Right? You're supposed to have an alliance with me.
I told that to Mom, and she's like, maybe you're not a witch. And I was like, shut up. That's not true.
That's rude.
I know.
What a rude thing to say.
She's so mean.
Kind of. She might watch this. We can't talk about it. She's not going to watch this.
I doubt it. Unless she's at work right now watching it.
Okay, it is downloading, and then I'm going to pop it up once it's complete. It's saying PDF standard, but whatever. We'll just pull it up and see what happens. I'm not on my computer enough to know what I'm doing. Okay, let me go to present, slides, my computer, upload file.
Keep yawning. I'm so tired.
I bet. How are you feeling? Good?
My body won't let me nap. Like, I try, but it just won't happen. Ended up organizing my whole freaking closet today. I was like putting laundry away, and then I just started folding everything, and I was just like, what the fuck is happening? So my whole closet looks fucking amazing.
That sucks. You can't nap.
Yeah. Now I can't stop thinking about the fucking pantry. I'm like, that needs to be organized more than the fucking closet. Like, I need to like, make a mental checklist of what I have.
That's funny.
The pantry, because I've noticed since I've been in the closet, I've moved stuff around already.
It's like, you're in a place and you just do it. Hopefully that means labor's gonna be soon. Those random nesting urges.
Right. Okay, it's uploading in a little screen down here, and then I should be able to click on it and add it to the screen with us. So, cool. Let's put that back. I'm kind of curious what YouTube looks like. My internet's so slow right now. Empower. Oh, look, I'm the first one that popped up.
Nice.
Oh, look, there we are.
So funny.
Hey, look, nobody's live with us, so that's good. We're fine.
Do the lives on YouTube stay after you're done with
Yeah.
They do.
But I can go in and trim it too.
Oh, okay.
So it should be fine. There's only one person watching, and that's me. So. Okay, cool. How fun. Okay, here it is. Are you ready?
Ready? Woo-woo.
Can you see that?
Yeah,
Yes.
Does it look badass?
it looks
Yeah.
so.
It's so cute. All right, let me get my notes up. So when I start this, since I can clip it on YouTube, I'm going to start it like we just started right now.
Okay. Do you want to like do an introduction?
That's a part of it.
Okay.
It's in here, yeah. So when you hear me saying like and subscribe and hit that notification button, that's for YouTube. Okay. Where did I put it? Okay. Oh my goodness. You guys are making me nervous. I might remove you, actually.
You can take us off.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you do have I might bring you back later. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Well, that's too big. Nope. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. Welcome to Empower Hour with Ty. We are doing Breaking Barriers, the Power of Mindset for this session that we are doing. Are you ready to transform your life? Imagine this. What if everything actually works out? What if you could push past your fears, ditch the excuses, and view every challenge as a learning opportunity for you to grow? Every challenge we have is exactly that. It is a learning opportunity for us to move through, to heal wounds that maybe we didn't know we had, and to come out on the other side better than ever. In this hour, we're going to inspire you to achieve more than you ever thought possible, uncover your true passion, and build the life you've always dreamed of. It's time to discover who you are meant to be beyond the fears and beyond the excuses. So let's dive in and empower ourselves together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button to join in on the conversation. So we are going to start here with this slide. On the next slide, we got our discussion. So what is on the agenda for tonight's call? What does mindset really mean? Personal stories, which I'm personally excited about because it's a good one. Practical strategies and real life application of those strategies. So what is mindset? Mindset refers to the established set of attitudes held by an individual. So it is something that encompasses your beliefs, your perceptions, your thought patterns, and it is going to shape how you interpret and respond to your world, to the external situations, to people. And then we have our fixed mindsets. This is coined by psychologist Carol Dweck. A fixed mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence are static traits that cannot be changed. Individuals with this mindset are avoidants. They give up easily. They feel threatened by success of others because they do not believe that they themselves can change and outgrow those false beliefs or those excuses that hold them prisoner inside their lives. Growth mindset. This is also introduced by Carol Dweck. The growth mindset is a belief and the ability and the intelligence that can be developed through our dedication and through our efforts and through learning. So with a growth mindset, these people embrace those challenges. We are the ones that persist in the face of all the setbacks that we are given, and we see failures as opportunities for growth. We almost welcome them. Cognitive perspective. Now, this is in psychology, its mindset can be seen as a mental framework. So it is a lens through which we interpret our experience coming in and how we make decisions. So it definitely influences our behavior and our motivations, but it is a guiding one in how we approach those tasks and challenges that we are faced with. Social cultural definition of mindset. So this is a collective attitude and collective beliefs shared by mass or group or society, and it impacts cultural norms and practices. I'd like to think the belief here in our small town around my current place of business, the old bank. Everyone's like, no business ever succeeds there. No business ever does well there. And it's a collective belief of our society. And I went into my stories a couple weeks back when I first started working there, because it's like, you guys are feeding into that energy, into that belief. You're feeding into that space that nothing is going to survive there. Like, you're almost setting it up to fail just because of that belief. And I firmly believe that. So when I addressed a person who did mention that, I said that it's like, it's weird. Like, I don't feel any off energy when I work there, and I'm an intuitive. So what is everyone feeling? And what perceptions are you looking through to see that perception? Like, what's blocking you? So it's very interesting, that group mindset. Resilience mindset. This refers to a perspective that emphasizes adaptability and the resilience in facing any adversity. So it's going to encourage us as individuals to view each challenge as opportunities for that growth and learning. Basically the same as growth mindset. It just has resiliency added to it, because I feel like for the most part, a lot of people have somewhat of a growth mindset, but sometimes if they get knocked down like in a row too many times, it tends to kind of chip away at that resiliency that some might have. And it puts you in a place of like, what's the point? I just want to give up. I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not strong enough to keep pursuing this thing when I feel like it's just punching me in the face every time I get close to it. So resilience mindset is a big one. Adversity and what the fuck moments. So it is always a process. All the what the fuck moments that we have are opportunities for us to refine our mind. So I'm going to go into personal story times here. And we're going to start with my favorite, the July from hell. I think most people that I know personally have learned this, have heard me talk about it, and probably know it better than I do. So the July from hell was 2018. And in 2018 of July, me and a former business partner we were planning on opening up a store. And so we had gotten a booth at our local 4th of July celebration. And after we set everything up, before going over to the parade, I put my phone on the back of the truck bed and forgot. So when we pulled out, my phone goes flying onto Main Street. I notice a block down the street. Oh my gosh, my phone. And I remember I left it right back there. It's not there. We swing around. Right as we pull up to the road, I see someone roll right over it in their car. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I pick it up. It's completely shattered. And it was just ruined my whole 4th of July in a sense, because at that time I was actually working for New Skin, doing network marketing from New Skin. And I couldn't post anything, and I couldn't sell anything or talk to people or anything. And I was just like it was my form of income right there in my hand, and it was smashed to bits. So I got over that. It was fine. The next few days, we were planning to go to Oklahoma for a trip to my brother's house. We go down and we're driving, all of us kind of in our own cars, but we're following in procession to each other. And what happened? We were right by Cedar City, and all of a sudden my car stops working. We have me and my husband, my 2 kids, all of our luggage, and the engine just stopped. And so we had to pull it off the road, and we had to hop in with my sister. basically like just scrunching in there, going all the way to Vegas to catch our flights, trying not to be late, trying not to miss our flights. We didn't miss our flight, but we get there and we're just so tired. Actually, we went to Mesquite. We went to Mesquite for lunch, and I remember vividly going into like this area before you go into the hotel, because they were all going to eat at the buffet, and I was still having a come apart about the car breaking down, because it was like at that time in my life, we were so financially burdened by a lot. We were asking for help a lot. That was the car that my dad bought me. And so there was like all this guilt and shame that like we didn't even have it 6 months before it was just gone. And it's like he's out $8,000. Like that's a lot of money. And so I was crying and I was like, I remember saying like, why is this happening to me? I totally had the victim mindset. I totally had that feeling of like, I was just being punched in the face repeatedly by the universe. And it was hard. It was hard to deal with. But wait, there's more. Because when we get to Oklahoma, super fun. My brother's such a great host, him and his wife and his family. We're out on the boat. I'm in the water. I'm trying to get back up onto the boat, and I cut my freaking foot on something on the boat, like underneath the boat. Like it just sliced my toe wide open. So I'm bleeding from my toe. If you've had a toe injury, you know how awful a toe injury is. It was awful. So I get up there, I wrap it up, and I'm like on my ass for the rest of that boat ride because I'm like, I can't do anything. And then we go out to eat on our way back. And we're eating at a place that literally, it was delicious. Everybody got something different. And we're on our way back to his house after we eat, and I don't feel good. Like something's not all right. I got food poisoning. I was the only one that got food poisoning. And I was in bed, fevering, throwing up, diarrhea. Like it was just awful. So that took a whole 24 hours to kind of work it through my system. Hello? I'm on a live. Can you go away, please? My answer is no. You guys. Oh, I love her so much. Okay. Where was I? Oh, we're on our way back, or we were supposed to be on our way back, and we get an email from our flight saying that flights are delayed a day. And Andrew was supposed to be back for work. Like it kind of caused a hiccup at work, and he almost got fired. And it was just like, we'll be fine. We'll be back just a day later. So we get back a day later than what we were planning. And I remember we were in JD's car. We were pulling out of the freaking airport and we get pulled over. We get a $400 ticket. Don't get pulled over in Las Vegas. Like, just don't. $400 ticket for running a red light. There was a box truck in front of us and we couldn't see. So we just followed him. And it was like yellow to red when we were in the intersection. And we got pulled over by a motorcycle cop. So we had to pay that off. When we got home, about a week later, our dog died. It was like the shittiest July ever. And the whole business idea that was supposed to be being birthed that year totally fell through. So we didn't do anything with that. But I want to just go through the process of this. So processing through the emotions. It took a minute for me to like regain clarity and regain some confidence in myself and regain that like trust in the universe again. So it was 2018, 2 years later, I have my power word for 2020, and that's the word commit. Prior to that, me and my husband were trying to get pregnant. To no avail. We could not. It just wasn't sticking. So I said, okay, if we can't get pregnant, I'm just going to focus on the store and commit to that project and that vision. And so I committed. We got a place for rent. We paid a deposit. Like, we got all these things in line. And we all know how 2020 went down. March 2020, COVID hit. Everyone's in lockdown. A week later, I get a positive pregnancy test. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What in the hell am I supposed to do? So it's like, that was something that, you know, me and my sister, we could have been like, yep, I guess it's just not in the cards for us. I guess we're just not going to, and I'm just going to focus on my pregnancy and da da da. But I had a power word for that year for a reason. And it was commit for a reason. And I believe wholeheartedly it was something in the universe's plan for me to test me on how I can overcome adversity and how I could overcome the universe throwing curveballs at me and like little setbacks here and there, because it worked out. We were open for 3 years, and it was the most beautiful experience we probably could have hoped for. Yeah, it was cut short. Hi, girl.
Hi.
Can you shut the door? Thanks. That was Amara. I debated locking that door, but I didn't. But it was one of those things where it was like the decision to close came as swiftly as it all like unraveled. Because it wasn't on my mind. I don't think it was on JD's mind that we were going to be closing as soon as we did, because we both had visions for what it was going to be and what it was going to grow into. But as you know, the universe likes to test us and have these things come up. It was like, no, it's just time. Like, it was a time to close. We built it, the social media on it. We built it up to 30,000 followers. Like, we did good. We did really good. And when we felt like we were getting stunted in that growth on social media, we actually like scratched that, got rid of all of our followers and started new. And we weren't afraid to do that. Like, I kind of was apprehensive at some point. I was just like, that's a lot of followers that we're just like, okay, see ya. We're starting over. But it was like, it felt necessary to be like, maybe that's what's stunting us in some way, or all these people that are inactive and are not supporting us, even though they're following us. But the decision to close, it came as swiftly as everything, but it was one of those moments where it brought with it a very important piece for me personally to redefine what I defined failure as. So there was a lot of like, it wasn't failures, because that's what I thought. The small-minded community might make me feel like a failure. You know, I had this envisioned of like them pointing, be like, haha, you failed. Like, we kind of knew it was coming, kind of like thing, but it didn't. And it wasn't that, because I didn't hold that belief. I feel like if I didn't switch that belief up and I held it to that same premise of like closing down a business is a failure, no, I learned a shit ton. And so did JD. We learned a ton from it. I learned that I don't want to own a physical store ever again, because that was hectic, man. I like working with people. I don't want to count rocks for a living ever again, but it did bring in a lot of connections that were genuine and a lot of community that felt real and felt authentic. And that to me was worth all of the hardships and all of the stress that owning a business brought. So don't avoid the comfortable or the uncertainty of anything. I was going to circle back around to the July from Hell, because there is a moment and there is some growth in hindsight. So 2022, I went down to Hurricane, Utah, which is a little bit past Cedar City, to get a tattoo done. I had a 5-hour tattoo session. I got done. Driving back, I almost had PTSD a little bit from that space where my car broke down before, right? I could feel it going down to Cedar, like, this is that place. Like, there was energy there. My energy was there. That frantic, what are we going to do? Why is this happening to me? Victim energy was there. And so on my way back, I'm breathing through these emotions, and I remember feeling that anxiety. I'm on cruise control. I'm like maybe a mile right before that first Cedar City exit, and my car seizes, and I have to pull to the side of the road. And I remember thinking, I took a deep breath. I was holding the wheel like this. I took a deep breath, and I was like, it's okay. Everything will be okay. And I pulled off to the side road. Luckily, Andrew's sister lives there with her husband. They towed us, got us out of there. And my car had a warranty on it for a new engine. I didn't have to pay a damn dime for that car to be fixed. But I just want to show like the polarities here. I held that like that whole July was just like boom, 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 boom. But then I had to work through a lot here. And the universe is so funny that it brings back these things, these almost like energetic imprints of like, are you going to respond the same way? Or are you going to choose differently this time? And in that moment, I chose differently, and it all worked out. It all worked out. So we're going to move on to the next slide. I'm going to stop talking about my July from hell because it's in the past. It doesn't matter anymore. It is fun to reflect on. I don't carry any of the same emotions that I had before. Like when I would joke about it before and be like, oh my gosh, the July from hell, like there was some animosity before. Like I still had some like pain and hurt and like I'm not done yet. But saying it here now to everyone, not an anxious bone or muscle in my body about it. I see it for what it was. And it was very growth inducing, let's just say. All right, so we're going to go over strategies now. Over the next few slides, we're going to go through some practical strategies that you can cultivate, that you can use to cultivate a growth mindset. So if you want to write some of these down, I'm sure most of you, both of you, have these already. Let me change this over. Let's see. So we can see it all. Yeah. Okay. All right. Number 1, embracing challenges. Seek out experiences that challenge our abilities. View the difficulties as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles to avoid. I think for the most part, we just want to live our life in like a fluid motion, but also just be welcoming to all of it. Every single part of it is going to have a cause and an effect. Whatever you choose to do that day, there will be an effect of that. Something that you caused by your choice. And the opposite is true. Something your spouse does that day is going to have an effect. Is it going to be something that affects you? Etc. It's always a law of cause and effect. But it's good to realize that because it brings free will into it, and it brings that autonomy of like, I get to choose. It's not happening to me. It's happening. I get to decide if it's happening for me or to me. And the growth mindset is for me. Number 2, learn from criticism. This one is a hard one for me sometimes, depending on who is bringing the criticism. I seem to have this perception of some people that if you're criticizing me, you better be damn near perfect, right? Before you start coming at me. But I think it's always in the delivery too. So if we're accepting feedback in a gracious way, we can use it for improvement. If we're saying something in a critical way towards somebody we love, but in a loving way, and a place that is like truly from a place of like, we want to help or we want to bring awareness to something, how they respond to that is on them, not on you, and how you delivered that to them. Let's see. Slide 3, celebrate your effort. I think this is super important that, gosh, we just got to recognize and reward ourselves for the effort that we do. Like, I don't think we do that enough as society. We tend to just think if we're not there and if it's not perfect, it wasn't good enough, period. And I just think that's a lie. Like, the effort and the perseverance that we do as we move through things, regardless of how the outcome is and how it ends, that's important and that's valuable. And that, I believe, is going to help reprogram and kind of reaffirm to your subconscious mind that you care about it, that you care about the effort, not just the outcome. All right, more tools, reframing failures. Just like I was saying in my story time, reframing it. I had to really look at what I believed failure was. And closing down a business wasn't a negative thing. It was a very valuable thing. The whole journey of that vision was a very valuable thing for me. So we need to ask ourselves, like, what can we take away from this? What can I do next time to improve? What would I do differently? Like, for sure, if I were to ever own a business again like that, I'm getting an accountant right off the bat. I'm not even going to try to learn, QuickBooks. We gave it up, like, eventually, but I tried doing it myself because I needed to save money. No way. I'm never, ever doing QuickBooks ever again. There's just things that I've learned from that. Like, I would choose inventory that wasn't as in plethora as rocks. I love rocks. Maybe I would just do like really like nice display pieces, but the pocket stones and stuff I probably would steer clear of because I don't want to count them. I learned a lot. All right, the next one, learning goals, set learning goals. This is probably one of my favorites because I feel like it's a part of personal development, but it's also personal accountability in a huge way. So we're not, aiming to master a new skill is great, rather than I'm just doing this to achieve the grade or the title, right? Or get the certification. We're not doing it just for that. There has to be a bigger and deeper why to why we're doing something. I had to reflect on my why earlier today for Make Wellness. And it was like, there was a lot of whys kind of, but then I really kind of dug deep. And my biggest why was the leadership training that they have. Like, I posted a video about it. The products are great. The comp plan's great. But honestly, it was like, this leadership stuff is like what I want. I want a community like that is like-minded in pushing me to become a better leader and to do things like this, where I'm teaching and I'm in that realm, because I've done it all before in Sacred Sisters, but I want to expand that into an online space where I'm reaching many, not just few. Because I do believe what I have to say matters and what I have to say will make an impact. But I want it to be a big impact on many, not on a few. So I felt like this opportunity was that. And so that was like the personal development. I was looking at it and like, what is my why? Yeah, I could have gone like totally trivial with it and been like, I just want some extra income. I just want to be in because it's new. You know what I mean? But I really dug deep and I was like, no, I want to be in because you guys do some pretty cool like leadership stuff. And that's my jam. I love it. So the next one, we're going to your community matters. This is huge. We got to engage with people who have a growth mindset. And that's another reason why I joined. They have a growth mindset. And I was just like, yeah, me too. So they encourage, they have a positive attitude, they're inspiring, and they hold the standard of something I, aspire to be. And we hold those similar beliefs and behaviors. So find people who you look up to and really try to mimic them in a way, not copy them, but they're assets, like they're characteristics that you like. They're kind, they're courageous, they're brave online, they're, you know, they're funny. And start finding that authentic part of you that is a reflection of that. And I think that's a good place to start. Excuse me. All right, personal reflection. We always have to do this. We just have to assess ourselves. We have to take that time to really challenge some of these beliefs that we hold and reflect on that mindset so that we can identify if we are being closed-minded in any way, shape, or form, and replace it with something that is going to be growth oriented. How can I push myself out of this comfort zone and push my boundaries of self? It's different when you're pushing your own boundaries as opposed to somebody else pushing your boundaries. It's encouraging, it's scary, but it's also like this self-accountability of like, I'm going to do what I'm say I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I'm say I'm going to do because that's the type of person I aspire to be. Someone that does what I say I'm going to do. Self-affirm. This is one of my favorites. As much as my last job kind of sucked in big ways and little ways, I really did learn that gratitude and affirmations at, lunch and dinner time were like my favorite part of work. Going in there and being like, I'm grateful for, the smell of books. I'm grateful for music. I'm grateful for my family, and like really going through and picking 5 things I was grateful for and then doing I am affirmations. And at the very end of your 5th affirmation, everyone would go, yes, you are. And we would reaffirm it back to you. But it is something that I took away from that place of work, and I have implemented it in my home. We are always doing our gratefuls and our affirmations at the dinner table. And it's adorable when a 3-year-old is doing their affirmations and they don't know how to say, I am a universal light sparkle. She says, I'm a universal light sparkle. And it just sounds like a muddled mess, but it's adorable. So it's cute, it's fun, and it brings it in at lunch and dinner. It's super easy to implement, and I encourage everyone to do it. The last one, we've got to visualize this stuff. And with visualization, I want it to be more of an active visualization if this is something you were to choose to do. Visualizing your growth, your success in whatever area of life you're working on currently, you want to do it so it's boosting your motivation and reinforcing that belief that you can achieve it and that you can move through and attain these goals through your effort and through your perseverance. I said on my post today, it's like, you cannot gain confidence if you aren't out there doing the thing that you want to be confident at. Because confidence is earned, it is not given. Confidence is earned through acting. You're scared of being on video. Go be on video for as long and as much as possible, because that's how you're going to be comfortable on there. That's how you're going to gain that confidence. So it is important that whatever goal you have, start doing it. Whatever you want to become confident in, start doing it. Because there's no other way to gain that confidence other than just showing up and doing it. All right, then. Hi, Felicia. How long have you been here? I didn't even know that you were here. Oh, I can't hear you. You have to type it. All right. The last slide we're at. What do I do? So I want you to just pick one of the following and just start. Whichever one kind of makes you feel like, hey, that would be good for me to start. I want you to start that. So remember, we're not restricting, we're adding value with each implementation, and that is the goal, to add value to our lives. Kids are fun. I've had some kids knocking on my door while I'm doing this. All right, so I'll read through them. Pick one thing that happens frequently in your life, and that will be your external activation for gratitude. I told JD about this the other day. You want to pick something that you see frequently, something that's going to get triggered and activated frequently. So I chose the word mom because it happens frequently. And every time my children say, Mom, I'm going into a place of gratitude, and I'm building upon that. Because I want to build a huge expansion of gratitude. So, of course, I'm going to pick the thing that's being said the most in our household, and that's mom. Second one, you could set a timer for any time of the day, just like a little thing on your watch or your phone of like a pause and check in with your mindset. Like, have you been rude to yourself today? Have you been self-deprecating? Have you been self-loving? Check in and be brutally honest. There are days when I'm like, wow, I was a shit to myself today. Like, I was rude. That's not fair to me to do that to myself. So I think making a timer, I do this with my daughter too on her watch. Like, an alarm will go off every few hours or so with some self-affirmations, but also just holding her accountable of where her mindset is. And I think that's super important. Next is journal questions before bed. This is good if you want to just do a recap of the day. What reactions did you have that day that enticed guilt and shame cycle? I think that's important because whenever we have a quote unquote negative response to something, we're going to try to punish ourselves for it, right? With that guilt and shame. And like, we know better. We should have done it differently. And we kind of beat ourselves about it. So instead of beating ourselves up and having that guilt shame cycle go on because we responded or we reacted instead of pausing and responding, what did it teach you today? And you can cultivate that growth mindset. The last one is meditate before bed every night. I've been really trying lately to power down like my phone a little bit earlier than I usually do. Usually it's there with me until I plug it in and I get in bed, right? I've been trying really hard to do like 45 minutes. It's plugged in and I'm just out and about, not with it in my face. And also I have a meditation that I will share. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. I was actually wondering about this because I wanted to do it on here together. And let me see if I can just pull it up and push play and tell me if you guys can hear it or if it sounds shitty. So let me push play. Let me know in the chat if you can hear it. It should be playing soon. It might not because I'm freaking streaming and it's taking up all the internet bandwidth. Okay, I push play. Can you hear that? Okay, hold on. It's just sounds right now. You can't hear anything? Dang it. Okay, that's good to know, though. Okay. I'll go back here for a minute. I will send that meditation. Actually, I'm going to put in the link right now because I can do that. Let's see. Share. It's called Sit Around the Fire by Ram Dass. All right. Can you get that in the chat? Okay. That one, maybe try that before bed. I'm going to be doing it for the next month probably just to see how it goes for me. I'm also doing it with the 28-day gratitude challenge that I pulled that card today, and I'm going to do that. If you guys want to do the gratitude challenge, basically find an amulet of some sort that you can wear that's going to remind you to be in gratitude. Again, mine is a word, which is mom, but I'm actually going to use the necklace too as a reminder to be grateful. And then also get a jar of some sort every night, write 1 to 3 things that you're grateful for that day and put it in the jar. And then on the 28th day, we'll go back and read them to ourselves and kind of see what we really have in our life, like all the abundance of gratitude, and see how that shifts our mindsets and everything. Because I do truly believe that our mind is, if we cultivate it around gratitude and seeing the abundant love and life and laughter and joy amongst all of the noise and the complaining and the kid, like all the things that are just annoyances. Not saying our kids are annoyances, but some of the things they do are annoyances. You know, we still can cultivate that gratitude because they're living beings and they are beautiful, even though sometimes they're annoying. But it's huge. It's such a huge thing. Let's see. If you want to read this in our personal, do you hear all my dogs? Just nod. Yeah, okay. Oh my God. Dude, when like ambulances go by, it's like they're in my backyard howling, like, but they're like in sync, like they know how to harmonize for sure. It's crazy. All right. In our personal journeys, embracing the belief that it's happening for us, not to us, can profoundly transform how we perceive challenges and setbacks. This perspective shift encourages us to view obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning rather than as burdens. By recognizing we empower ourselves to respond with resilience and creativity. Through personal anecdotes, we can inspire others to see their struggles as stepping stones towards personal development. Ultimately, this mindset fosters a sense of agency and purpose, and it reminds us that our experiences shape us and contribute to our evolution as individuals. And then next, I have to do like a little sneak peek of what's coming on September 23rd. We're going to be diving into understanding the self-concept. What influences your self-concept, identifying those limiting beliefs, and collapsing those false beliefs. This one, I kind of wanted to do the presentation because I honestly didn't know who was going to show up. I'm glad it was all of you. Felicia, you weren't here in the beginning. There was a lot of technical difficulties that we had to work through. It was a good time. But let me move this and add you guys, because now I can talk to you and I can hear you.
You did so good. I loved it.
Did
I
you?
loved it. Yeah.
Yay.
Like it went by in 5 minutes. It was amazing.
I'm glad you showed up. It was good.
I was sitting there. I was like, crap, that's why I sat at my desk.
Don't
And
worry.
then-
It was being live streamed to my YouTube as well. So it's on there and it's unedited. So you get to go see all the fun stuff before I edit and delete it.
Check it out.
No, I'm glad. Do you feel like this is a good platform to use this kind of stuff for?
Like it's as good as any.
Yeah. It's been really a struggle. I mean, I was talking with Jenna the other day. I'm like, I feel like the multitude of choices that I have for platforms and doing courses and during like online community stuff, like I look at it and I start comparing and I'm like, this is overwhelming and click. Like it's almost like it just stops me from that creative process because I'm so overwhelmed by picking a freaking platform to do it on. I hate it.
Yeah.
So it's like I did get Zoom, but the thing is they only allow 40 minutes at a time on the free plan. I can't like it's just there's just certain things that I'm like that just doesn't vibe with me. And so since our calls on with Make Wellness are all on StreamYard, I was like, I wonder what that's like. So I went and kind of just investigated it, and I do like it. I like the fact that I can pull you guys up on the screen too, but it's only up to 5 people on the free, and then I have to pay if I want more people on screen with me, which is fine. But it's like if I'm doing some like community like healing sessions and stuff, it would be kind of fun like if people were saying, hey, I need some help with this, bring them on screen and we could do like tapping together or something, you know what I mean? It gave me that option to do it. And that's what I wanted. So I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, it seemed like it worked really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing is the YouTube, I have to upload the content I want to share into it, like that presentation. I can't just bring it up and share it.
Oh.
'Cause
Well,
like the YouTube song you couldn't hear, you know what I mean? So it's like I'd have to download that song or that meditation and then upload it into this software on StreamYard. So it was a good learning experience for sure.
yeah.
All right. And look, I didn't go over time, even with technical difficulties.
Yeah.
All right.
It's so good. I was like so into it because there's no sound in this closet.
I was gonna ask if you were in a closet.
I'm in the closet. I need to get out of the closet, but I don't know.
Just come out already, Jess. Just kidding.
I'm scared.
Just kidding. I know you like the D.
I so much.
I know.
Fun. Just fun.
The 1D. This is on YouTube. It's not coming down.
This is how
I'm
we're
just kidding. I can edit it. It'll be fine.
this is how we're gonna open for Jelly Rolls. He's gonna see this and laugh and be like, I need
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing this live needs to end with is my water like breaking or something.
Yes.
That would be
Yes.
now.
Breaking barriers. Just work on that mindset, JD. You got this.
Get out of there, baby.
I don't think he's coming anytime soon.
No.
I don't
You're
know.
not feeling, I mean, you're feeling some stuff, but just nothing big.
I don't know. It just feels like Braxton Hicks. I mean, they're intense, but it's like
Manageable.
and they are frequent, but I'm just like, man, I don't know what's going on.
Maybe you'll just have like lots of intense Braxton Hicks and then it'll be all ready and then it's like boom and
Just labor.
active labor will hit and he'll be out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be definitely the polar opposite of what I experienced with Rome, so that'd be cool.
Mhm. Well, I think the biggest thing you and I learned from that experience is pull from the heart and down, not the head and down.
Yep.
Like it's got to be a heart activation because when you were so freaking hot. Like she's like, I'm like on the phone with her and she's like, go over to her and feel like, don't touch her, but just feel up around her head. And I was like, okay. And she's like, is it hot? And I was like, yeah, it's on fire. And she's like, she's trying to pull too much energy from her mental mind instead of your soul. Yeah, like your innate raw part of you. Like you were in your head instead of in your body, pulling that energy from like that natural source. And I was just like, okay, we both learned something just barely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that for sure.
Been so quick after that.
It did.
It really
Which is
did.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same for me and Amara. Like the moment she got me up and she was just like, nope, we're doing this. And I was like, I don't want to.
You're like, I hate you.
I did. I said I hated her. I told Tate I hated her. I'm like, I hate you. And she's like, that's
You're like,
okay.
this is the labor talking.
That's okay. But anyways, I love you all.
I love you.
Love you.
Thanks for supporting me and my crazy ideas.
Your ideas are great. They're not crazy.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Jesse, I really think that this could be like an introduction to our podcast stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down
For
for that.
sure. Like we could, I mean, I don't know what it will morph into, but I think it could be something.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that while we were talking earlier.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking like today, like it wasn't even like when I first initially thought about this idea, it was just like, I just want to get online and start practicing because I know this is the space I want to be in. I
Yeah.
want to be teaching online. I want to expand from one-on-one sessions to group sessions online. And I feel like it's partly in my wounding of my community,
Yeah.
of this community down here. Like, just like, I don't know. I don't feel like they support me in a way that I desire.
Right.
Maybe they support me to an extent, but like financially, I just don't think anybody can afford sessions right now.
Yeah.
Like for real. So I need to outsource to people who are living high on life and can afford life.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
hey
Hold
girl. Anyways, I love you all.
I love you.
Oh, by the way, there is a bread making machine at Lynn's. Have you
I
been?
That
I got a hot loaf of bread today, dude. It was so delicious.
freaking whispery.
Yeah, well, and then I had to go buy like $8 jam spread.
Ugh.
It was, you know how Lynn's is? They have like all the fancy shit. So I went over and we got the hot bread and I was like, oh, let's get a couple things of spread and jam. And one of them was sour cherry. It was super delicious.
Mm.
Another one was a fig spread and that one was delicious. But the expensive one, the $9 thing, was pink grapefruit and champagne.
What?
Dang.
Okay.
And honestly, I liked the sour cherry better. But it was so good on the hot, fresh bread. It was awesome.
Oh, I
Yeah,
saw
for me.
like, is this Willy Wonka or is this Lynn's? I didn't know.
It was cool. Definitely go get like a hot loaf of bread from Lynn's. It's only like $3 a loaf.
That's it? I already
Yeah,
fucking cold bread.
I know.
I'm getting
So
it.
cool.
I'm getting it.
Anyways, all right. I love you.
I
Love
love you.
Bye.
Bye.